Yay, hey guys, this is an update on my Snappy 3.1. As you can see here, happily printing away. I had this issue with the x-axis, with getting a lot of vibrations, which actually ruined the print. And also I found out that my E-steps were not correct for the extruder. I had 96 and 102 would be the correct value. So yeah, I did some changes. The good thing is, first of all, I managed to get basically rid of the vibrations. I did this basically in 2 steps. First of all, I finally did some grease on the rails. This is called lithium grease, and it basically has this stuff which is in pencils in it, so to help slide the rails better. It's also on here, and this helped in combination with the acceleration for X is way down now. It's 65 or 70 in this example who's printing right now. And I hope you can see it. There is no rigging in this under part here. Also, there was a setting in the firmware to make like a curved acceleration. I'm not sure how good this is supported hardware wise, because I have the standard A888 something Populous drivers, but it should it really helps. The printer is not so noisy anymore. Also, to reduce the noise, I sprayed everything with silicone spray, so the rails and the set and also the extruder here are sprayed with silicone spray. Basically, this does not help with like motion, but it just reduces the squeaking, so this whole thing gets more bearable and not so noisy. Also, I did some put it on a drape here to reduce some noise down to the neighbors, because there were complaints that I was printing too loud. Yeah, but anyway, you have to make sacrifices. Yeah, so basically I solved this issue for me. Well, not quite. They're still visible. You can see it here in this drafty one. They're nearly gone, but you can still see it. Yeah, you can see it in the video. They're like small lines. And this, for comparison, this Banshee was printed on the Prusa 1000 euro machine, and you don't see anything. It's shiny, and also the lines, they're just lines, right? And yeah, so basically this is 1000 euros, and this is 400 euros. Oops, yeah. And this one is 400 euros, self-assembled, self-printed. Here you can see the under extrusion issue with the E-steps, and yeah, it's still there. You can see it here, the rigging, but it's much less than before. Before it was very, very bad, and you couldn't even like basically make out the printer, the print, because there was so much rigging. It was everywhere. And yeah, this is the first example I'm printing with this new firmware setting, which I hope is supported hardware-wise, or at least half supported or whatever, to reduce rigging and these wobbles. And then I hope I can go up with the X acceleration, because this is like normally the Banshee prints here on Prusa machine. It is like 2 hours in this size. And on this machine it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes. So 50 minutes longer, which is basically half of the print time longer than on the Prusa. And I mean, I get it, it's self-built and all, and it's all plastic, but I want it to print faster. So if this really looks good here, then I will try to increase the acceleration again to 300, like the y-axis here. This is 300 acceleration, and the z-axis is 70 in this print. Also, a funny fact: the self-designed part cool fan holder, like this. This piece here, it's basically holding up good, and this is the original height from the original 3.0 printer, and it basically cools the part. So I was skeptic because, as you can see, you think it's blowing way too the height is not correct, way too above the nozzle, but it actually kind of works. I don't know how this magic works, but I get decent prints, and yeah, so basically I solved this issue, and I increased the firmware version, or not a version, this curved thing. So I'm now at firmware try number 8, and yeah, I'm quite happy with the machine. It prints good, I hope, for now. And yeah, I finished assembly. So basically we have here another cable chain, and we have here the plugs made, and I just glued them on because I couldn't be bothered to stick them on somewhere. Oh yeah, and another fun thing. Here I have a webcam stream with well, a GoPro mount, basically modded to hold the webcam, but it's a first test and the webcam is shitty, so you can just tell that it actually works, and you can see if you have spaghetti on the heatbed, but that's okay for now. So yeah, I hope this was interesting for you guys, and I just wanted to report that this machine can work really good if you put in some work, and this is 400 euros, I think, but you can get this a lot cheaper because we went for better parts, basically, because we thought it's for a school project, so don't go cheap. So this is a Genu hot end from E3D, and not a cheap clone for 14 euros, and the original one costs like 60 pound, which is like 80 euros. So basically this was a major cost factor. Also the breakout board was like 12 euros or something, and then some fans and stuff. So basically you can, if you go cheap with this machine, I bet you could go 250, 280 maybe even less if you find some parts somewhere, or get some and we did also the wiring, not by ourselves, so we bought wires to plug them just into the ramps. So if you do the wiring yourself, you can grab another 10 bucks off your list. So I would guess you can get this machine for roughly 200 and something. And yeah, for this it's really awesome. And also it's self-printed. It's like, this actually is the most self-printed version out there, because we had to remove some screws from the racks to make them fit. And yeah, so basically there are no screws in this thing, and it actually works. So yeah, enjoy.